Alright, let's do it. Today, we're talking about multitasking. Welcome to Timeless Personal Growth and Development. Hope this video for you guys is going to be a good one. Yeah, we're talking about multitasking today. There's so much crap going on everywhere in our lives at all times. And you see people trying to juggle so many things at once. I'm sure you're one of them. I'm one of them. You know, you're one person, but we try to do 800 things at once all day. You wake up in the morning. You got to get your exercise in. You got to drop the kids off. You got work to do. You got this person calling, that person. Your phone is one of the biggest distractions. You know, you're driving. You're going through traffic. You got people calling you. You're being pulled in 800 different directions all at once. And you have so many things to do on your to-do list for the day. You gotta send this email, you gotta go to the bank, you gotta go do groceries, you gotta pick up prescriptions for the kids, you gotta do this, you gotta go see your brother, your sister, aunt, whoever, your grandparents are sick, whatever. It's so many things going on. Well, I'm here to tell you that multitasking is bullshit. There's no such thing. And no such thing in the sense of your success in whatever you're trying to do is going to be diminished the more you try to multitask. So we think we can do many things at once. We can't. Our brains, our human brains, are not designed to do multiple things at once. We're not at all. Like, you take an example when you're trying to study. Try to study for school. You know, maybe it's a topic that you don't find that interesting. And it happens to me all the time. You're trying to study, you're trying to work, and you're reading something that's not very interesting, and your mind wanders. You think about something else. Oh, I forgot to do this, and you stop what you're doing to go write down what you forgot to do. You gotta remind yourself, write a reminder down. Like, your mind just wandered, just like that. Your mind's distracted. All of our minds are distracted. And the fact that we're so accustomed to multitask all the time throughout our day makes it very challenging to focus on doing one thing. And I recently kind of came to hit a wall on that, where I try to juggle a little too much in my life, try to focusing on juggling 4 or 5 different things at once, and just stop. You gotta handle one thing at a time. You got a list of things you gotta do one thing at a time. Don't try to do it all at once. And even you got 4 or 5 different things that you're doing throughout your life. It's hard and it's challenging to succeed at those things when your attention is always divided. I'll use boxing as an example. I've been recently watching the Rocky movies. Love those movies. But I've been recently watched them all. Rocky 1 to Creed 3. I thought, all 9 of them. I thought it was awesome. But I noticed in those movies that Rocky, specifically, when he gets ready for a fight, that's all he thinks about. And all his attention is focused on training for his fight. That's it. There's nothing else he focuses on. And I think it was in Rocky 4. I think it was the 4th one. And it was Rocky 4 was after when Apollo Creed got killed by Ivan Drago, and Rocky accepts his challenge, Drago's challenge, to fight him. And I think Rocky travels with his team all the way to Russia to get away from his family. Why? Because his family's a distraction from what he needs to accomplish. He needs to train for this fight, this big important fight. He eliminates all distractions, and his family was a huge distraction. All his attention is focused on training for that fight. And he won that fight. And my point of telling that story and using Rocky as an example is that we try to focus on too many things at once. We have to eliminate distractions. Your phone is a distraction for what you need to do. Everything's a distraction. Everything. And we try to juggle too many things at once, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to knock out Drago when you're trying to do too many things at once. I'm not saying it's impossible, but your chances of success are slim. And it's overwhelming when you try to handle too many things at once. Like, I'll use studying again as an example, is studying for school. Whatever it is you're studying for, you got to put your phone away when you study. Because your phone's going to be going, you got to go put your phone in another room. Because that's just distracting. And you can't focus on anything else but studying. Even when you're studying, you're listening to like an audiobook while you're driving. Even the road, even driving itself is somewhat of a distraction. And when you're listening to an audiobook or you're studying, your brain is going to absorb more information. If you're just sitting and just closing your eyes and just listening to an audiobook, listening to a YouTube video, or just sitting and reading and you have nothing else for, no distractions, and you sit and read for 15-20 minutes, your brain will absorb more information, more knowledge in that 15-20 minutes than if you do, let's say, 2 hours of multitasking. So if you're doing 2 hours of studying, but you're doing laundry, you're doing the dishes, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're managing the baby, you're not going to absorb as much information as you think you are. So our brains aren't, we have to, I'm not saying don't ever multitask. It's impossible to avoid. But we just need to be more aware that whatever you try to succeed in, whatever it is, your chances of success are going to be more if you just tunnel vision yourself and get laser focused on that one thing. For people who have multiple children, I have one child. For people who have multiple children, let's say 3, you're raising those kids, your attention is going to be divided 3 ways, because you have 3 of them. When you have, let's say, 1, like me, 1 child to raise, my attention is not divided. I have 1 child to raise, he gets all my attention, and that's it. When you have 3 kids, not saying they're not going to be successful children, but they're not going to get all the attention they need from mom and dad when your attention needs to be divided 3 ways. I'm not just saying with 3 kids, but you also have work responsibilities too. Your attention is going to be divided from there too. So we just got to be more aware of that. And don't try to, we like to think, oh, we're superhuman. We can take on a million different responsibilities at once. Maybe at first you feel like that. Over the long term, it'll break you down. It'll tear you down. We just got to be aware of the fact that we can't multitask as well as we think we can. And just remember that. On that note, thank you so much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. If this video is of value to you, subscribe. Timeless personal growth and development. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.